Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about the Verminlord fusion, aka Mr. Boombastic. Here, check this out. Check this out real quick.
She call me Mr. Boombastic, silly fantastic.
That's the rat we're going to be fusing, guys. Just a heads up, okay? That is the rat. I'm hoping that few seconds doesn't copyright strike me, literally a second, but this movie, I forget what movie that's actually from. Barnyard, maybe? It's been a long time since I've seen it, but that song always comes to my head. It is so daggone catchy. But either way, guys, we're going to talk about this fusion, okay? Which has some pretty amazing information. And that is, let me get the Photoshop thing pulled up. There we go, boom. First off, my head's covering majority of it. So let me go ahead and try to move this out a little bit. Get my head to not cover the important information, but check this out. Let me see if I can make this look a little bit bigger, a little bit better for you guys. I could just move myself, but that'd be too easy, right? All right, there we go. Perfect. Now we're not covering up anything. If you guys want to check this out, I'll try to leave it linked down below as well. But if you look through the summoning events, now I'm really hoping this is correct. So they did do one earlier today that had the classic arena takedown in the very bottom. I believe that's the one that's probably shared in game. If there's one shared in the game right now, there is. Scroll down. This one has the no, it does not. It does not have the classic arena event down at the bottom. The other one did. So this event right here, this Photoshop thing, is the correct one and the up-to-date one, which means I'm hoping that the only summon rush, the only summoning event we have is the one right here, which is incredible. So you're going to have to do this because you still need a rare. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 rares. So if you go for every single event, you'll get all the rares needed, but you have to do some summoning. That doesn't mean you have to do both all of the summoning event. You only have to do the first tier of it because the second tier will get you Indalia, one of the epics. So if you go for the epic champion, if you have enough shards to open them up this weekend and you go for the epic, then you can either take an extra epic and save it, or you can just go for 4 less rares, which will make it quite a bit easier for you. So that's up to you completely, whichever one you want to do. I want to give you guys the information to hopefully help you out in making that decision. But either way, you're going to have to do some summoning flat out, right? But you only got to do one summoning event because typically they have one down here and then they have one the next weekend. But this time there is none. Now, obviously the next weekend is Christmas. So most people probably aren't going to be playing very heavily during Christmas. So hopefully this is an intentional thing. And if so, good job on Plarium. Very happy to see this. Very happy, especially coming off previous fusions where it's been hardcore summoning events where you have to go for them both, or you're just not going to get anything. And the reward levels are pretty difficult, which granted, we don't really know where any of the rewards are going to be other than the ones that have started today. So hopefully they're all going to be fair, but assuming they are, let's talk about what you're going to need. So first things first, this is very, very, very important, guys. You'll notice in this little breakdown here, I have this big red box, this big glaring red box. That is the halfway point. So if you're looking at this and trying to keep pace, basically you have 8 total rares at this point. You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Assuming you're not going for the epic. So everything here is if you're not going for the epic. If you're going for the epic, decide if you're going to keep somebody. I'll go over that hopefully at the end of the video. Or just decide, hey, I'm going to go for 4 less events. But either way, we have 8 rare champions by this point. Okay, once you get to this point, at this champion training area right here, you should probably go ahead and try to level up those champions. Why can I not draw on this stuff? Let's work on this Photoshop skills. There we go. That's a big brush stroke. Okay, let's go ahead and shrink that down just a little bit. There we go to 12. So once you get to this champion training area right here, you should probably be focusing on getting all 8 of the rare champions actually leveled up, actually ascended, and so on and so forth. Because each one of those rares are going to have to be taken, not just to 30, but they're going to have to be taken to level 40 and fully ascended. That is so, so, so important, guys. I'm going to leave you all with this. This right here is some high quality note taking, okay? These are the amounts of potions you're going to need. 4 rares, spirit, you're going to need 24 lesser, 40 lesser as far as the spirit, 24 lesser as far as the arcane. You can take a screenshot of this if you want, but I'm going to scroll down to the totals. So in total, you're going to need 40 lesser spirit, 56 greater spirit, 12 superior spirit potions, and then 40 greater magic, 12 superior magic, and then 24 lesser arcane, 72 greater arcane, and then 12 superior arcane potions. So go in there, check where your potions are at, because if you don't have enough potions, guys, you're going to be in a bad spot. Let me see where I'm at, actually. So magic, we're good. Spirit, I'm good. Arcane, not good. I need to fix my arcane potions, guys. I've been farming, and my arcane is looking pretty daggone low. So I definitely need to fix that. Arcane, not a big deal. You can do arcane literally any day you want to. But magic and spirit, that is a big deal. Because magic and spirit, you have to make sure you watch this, okay? I cannot tell you how many times I've seen people go for these events, not have enough potions towards the end, and then get screwed out of the fusion. So make sure Thursdays are the spirit keep. Thursdays and Monday are spirit keep. Saturdays and Wednesdays are the magic keep. Now you can spend the gems to unlock them, so you're not going to be completely out of luck, but you do got to be very mindful, because unless you want to spend the 250 gems it takes to unlock it, you're going to want to do it when they're actually open, right? Either way, let's go ahead and move on to the actual events and kind of my ideas as far as when I'm going to be doing what. So first things first, Ice Golem and Dungeon Divers. Yeah, we're going to do Ice Golem and Dungeon Divers, because if you look at this, we're going to do these together, because these two are the only ones that really overlap that you can take advantage of. That is a thick line. Oh my gosh. All right, let's shrink that down just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better, okay? You guys don't need to see it that big of detail. But either way, we have the Dungeon Diver event right there. That's the only one that's going to overlap right now. Unfortunately, we don't have any like extra Fire Knight dipping into the Dungeon Diver, so be mindful of that. With the upcoming Champion Training Tournament, you also have a Dungeon Diver that next day. So you could technically level up a first chunk of the rare champions, and then you could level up the next chunk during some of that Dungeon Diver event, and then use the Spider event over there to kind of finish it off. So definitely double dip between the Champion Training event and the Spider event for that next Dungeon Diver event. That's going to give you a pretty solid boost in points from the Champion Training. I mean, it's going to be Chapter 12, Stage 3 of the campaign anyways. And then some Spider, which is going to get you some good silver, setting you up for the Artifact Enhancement event that is during the same time, actually. So definitely take advantage of these things overlapping the best you can. Also, be very mindful. You are going to have to very much watch your silver, because right here, let's go ahead and not do that, here, and here, let's not do that, and there, we have 3 Artifact Enhancement events. And guys, if your silver is like mine, where you've had to been going in and buying the clan silver from the shop, then you're really going to need to make sure that during this Spider tournament up here, most likely, this Champion Training event, most likely as well, and then where else are we going to get a good amount of silver? Really, that's the only 2 main spots. Unless you're selling gear throughout. I mean, we do have CVC right here. We should have CVC this Tuesday, correct? Yes, so next Tuesday should be a CVC, December 20th. Let's go ahead and do this. So if you're doing CVC then, you're going to be farming Fire Knight. You're going to be doing some champion training during CVC, I guess. You're going to be likely forging some gear. You're going to be selling that gear, so save your silver. 3 Artifact Enhancement events plus the silver required to ascend your champions, to actually fuse the champions. You're going to need several million silver. Throughout this whole event, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if 30 to 50 million silver is what you need. Honestly, it could very well be that, or could possibly even be more. I don't know the exact amount. I want to say it's about 20 million silver to complete fully an Artifact Enhancement event. So if you did say 2, 4, 60 million, probably 40 million silver can get you through most of this stuff, because obviously completing an Artifact Enhancement event is not needed to actually go for the fusion, but you are going to need a lot of silver. So make sure you're actually saving your silver. For me, I need to start earning some silver because I am in such a bad spot. As far as the Summon Rush, I may actually go for the Epic, depending on what events are on this weekend. I don't have a ton of shards, but I could open some voids if I had to. Sacreds are going to be the best for that. Makes it a lot easier to finish those events, but you can use the mystery shards as well. So during CVC, I guess it's going to be a pretty important thing, right? Looks like you're going to be doing champion training, Fire Knight the first day of CVC, some champion training, and then some... No Spider, unfortunately, is overlapping into CVC, I don't believe. That's kind of unfortunate, but either way, champion training and Fire Knight will be the main things. Do some Spider to pick up some silver if you want. It'll get you some points in the Dungeon Diver event, no problem whatsoever. I know a ton of players do Spider during CVC, myself included, which I need to do more of. But then after that, moving on, we have Spider Tournament, Classic Arena. Arena's easy. We have the Dragon Tournament into Champion Training. This is actually a really good setup right here. So we have the Dragon Tournament into the Classic Training, or the Champion Training, right there, which means if you have a solo Dragon Champion, there's a lot of them. We have Venom Mage, though Venom Mage may have to do lower stages now because they buffed Marksman, and it made the consistency of Venom Mage very, very low. We have a lot of champions who can do Dragon Stage 24, 25, Stage 20, 100% solo. Stage 20 is the best one for actual champion training points and experience. So if you overlap dragon with champion training, you're going to finish your dragon event, get your champion training stuff, and triple dip into the dungeon diver event. It's going to be perfect setup for you to take maximum advantage and be peak efficient. Okay, so this area right here is going to be pretty easy. In the artifact enhancement event, just turn on RSL helper and let it run through. And then another artifact enhancement event, which hopefully you have enough silver from these things to be good to go. So guys, it looks like this event is going to be very front end heavy in my opinion. I mean, the front end is going to have Fire Knight, which you can't solo farm, Ice Golem and Dungeon Divers, nothing triple overlapping like we have down here. You are going to have Summon Rush, which if you pick up the Epic, the whole event's going to be a lot easier. Champion training during CVC, pretty easy in my opinion. You could technically do a little bit of Spider along with the champion training. You can solo Spider, but it's going to be a very short window. If you can take advantage of this little chunk of time right here, then great. If not going to be the end of the world, but obviously it's going to be something you have to watch out for. It's going to be Christmas week, so definitely a lot of people are going to be busy, so be very mindful about that. But with that said, the event, the fusion, if you plan everything out, it should go very well for you. Make sure you're paying very close attention to this stuff right here. Actually, let me go ahead and do this. Okay, we'll go ahead and screenshot this right here. Boom, the total amount of potions needed. Man, this is like the best graphic that I've ever seen. Check that out, okay? Total potions needed, okay? There we go. So I'll share this image down below. Let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know what your plans are. Let me know if you're keeping something. If you are, let me know why. I definitely can dive deep and even test them out on the test server. But with that said, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will catch you all in the next video.